for now.
Good afternoon.
My name is Afanayo Nditi. I'm the treasurer. Thank you.
Good afternoon, members. My name is Philip Olum. I'm a member of the Supervisory Committee.
Good afternoon. My name is Emmanuel Mwanjala, Supervisory Committee.
Good afternoon, members. Maurice Omondi in the Credit Committee.
Praise the Lord. My name is Stella Kamwanza. I'm in the Credit Committee. Karibuni sana.
Hamjambo. Mimi ni Kajwang Leonard. I'm the secretary of the Sacco.
Okay. And my name is Oscar Shilebo. I'm the vice chair, and I'll be your MC or moderator for this meeting today.
Yeah, Stephen Moredi, chair.
There is one member who needs to introduce himself. Hata kama amedecide kukaa huko kando. Please, Blasio. Thank you. Blasio is also a member of the committee. So we have officials from the Ministry of Cooperatives. They will introduce themselves later. They are with us here. Chairman, I don't know whether the auditor is in the house. The auditor is on his way, so he'll join us to take us through the audited books. So the next item, I will call upon the secretary to come and read the notice of this meeting, and then he will carry on from there the rest of the agenda. So I'll welcome Bwana Kajwang.
Good afternoon once again, members. Good afternoon. As per the Sacco bylaw, I hereby read the notice of the meeting today, AGM 2025. Following the reading, the notice was given 14 days ago as required by the Sacco bylaws. I thank you. Next, I would want us to refer to the previous minutes of the last AGM. Members that attended previous AGM were totaling up to 61. Members that were absent with apology were 4. We did then confirmed the previous minutes. I'll go straight away to minute number 2. That were matters arising from previous minutes. So members, the member number 2332, Moses Ayugi, requested an upgrade of Sacco system to enhance prompt update. A concern was also raised in regard to guarantorship, education, and networking forum to enhance amount of loan uptake. Minute 2 was audited financial report and budget presentation. The finance reports for the year 2023-2024 were presented to the members in details by the auditor from Goro and Associates. That surplus Kenya shillings 800,000 from the period was agreed upon to be distributed to the members as dividends, and appropriation of 90,000 Kenya shillings for the board members as honorarium. The honorarium was proposed by a member number 2797, Damaris Wanjugu Mbugua, seconded by member number 2758, that is Collins Omenda, and was agreed by all members. The audited finance report for the year 2023-2024 was proposed by member number 2793, that is Evelyn, and seconded by member number 1935 by the name Monica. The proposed budget for the financial year 2025-2026 was read by Treasurer. The budget summary expectation reviewed amount to Kenya shillings 2.2559 and expenditure of 1,195,508 with a surplus of Kenya shillings 1,025,050 Kenya shillings. The budget report was proposed by a member number 2719 by the name Ndungwa, and seconded by a member number 2745 by the name Onesimus. The budget was approved and adopted for the financial year 2025-2026. I'll go to minute 4. That's the report from the chairman. So the chairman assured members that the group had improved greatly, and all members are there to be supported in their personal development because they are investors. There was also an emphasis on borrowing wisely, repaying promptly and neat, and advantages of saving more. After a lengthy discussion, it was agreed an increment of minimum monthly saving of Kenya shillings 5,000 to Kenya shillings monthly saving of Kenya shillings 500 to monthly saving of 1,000 only. Chairman report was proposed by a member number 2792 by the name Martin Saitoti, and seconded by member number 2034 by the name Karina Ombata. Next is supervisory report. Supervisory desk reported that there was a major improvement in the Sacco operations, controls that had been enhanced efficiency to attaining the objective set by our motto, that is Pamoja Tuinuke. Supervisory report was proposed and seconded by member number 2823, that is by the name Richard Wafula. Minute number 5, board members who are retiring but eligible for re-election were as follows: Stella Mweni, that's vice chair by then; Oscar Shiliebo, that was secretary by then; Philip Olum, who was by then chairman of supervisory. The above were re-elected as follows: Stella Mweni, proposed by member number 2745 by the name Onesimus, seconded by member number 2374 by the name Marion, and voted by all members. Oscar, proposed by the member number 2790 by the name Ariel Kaleji, and seconded by the member number 2795 by the name Joy Simiu. This was also voted in unopposed. Philip was proposed by member number 2275 by the name Faith Njeri, and seconded by member number 2555 by a member by the name Daniel Karanja. He was also voted unanimously. Number 6, vetting of new editors was conducted from applicants which were Agorosare and Associates, Daniel LLP. After a lengthy discussion, it was agreed that exiting auditor through majority vote to be the Sacco auditor for the next financial year 2025-2026. After that, the next is AOB. There was a suggestion and remarks of the following: a suggestion of forming a WhatsApp group to enhance communication. Applause to the board for the applause was given to the board for pushing the Sacco to the higher level and improvement. The church population is over 90,000 Christians who should be creative and strategy, who should be creative and strategic to come with incentives that will attract more members, such as medical cover and last expense cost. The meeting was then closed, or rather ended, at 6:30 p.m. with a word of prayer. Members, those who are the previous minutes of the AGM. I want to request that a proposer and a seconder, if these are the real minutes that you discussed in the previous AGM. Please. Can somebody propose, then seconded before any other thing is done? Thank you. Maybe you may give her a microphone so that she can tell us her number, her membership number. Somebody with a microphone?
My number is 2811.
Somebody to capture for me that number, tafadhali.
2811.
2811. The first name?
Anne.
Anne.
Anne, yeah.
Thank you. Seconded? We want a seconder? You know, we cannot discuss this until it is adopted by us. Osama? You second? Tell us your number
Jane.
and the name.
Jane, number 2605.
Number?
2605.
Osama, kindly escalate that number to us.
2605.
2605.
2605. Kindly somebody capture for me the number. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Secretary. It's now our turn to, if there are any matters arising from those minutes, if there are any matters arising from the members from those minutes, this is the opportunity to raise them or bring them up. Members? Matters arising? Any matters arising from the minutes, members? The previous minutes? Haya, members. Hakuna matters arising, hakuna issue imesemwa hapo you would like to query, question? Okay. Matters arising, members? If there are no matters arising, we will move to the next agenda, which is agenda number 2, which is the report from the chairperson. So we will get to hear the chairperson's report. Welcome, Mr. Muridi.
Bwana asifiwe. Hebu salimia jirani, muulize wewe ni member namba gani? Tumesalimiana? Ama muulize wewe ni member? Na akisema yeye ni member, muulize namba gani? Pia jua jina lake. Apart from the membership number, just get to know their name. All right, well, again, we want to say thank you very much. We are happy to have you. Delcue, or this Sacco, is what it is because you are a member. And on behalf of the management board, and we have all those, I believe you are able to get this report online. Wangapi walipata online? You're able to get it. Let me just see, online? Yes, so it is online. And in case you are not able to get it online, we can also get your number and you're going to have it online. So because of that, I'll not pick everything. I'll just pick a bit of some highlights. And also I believe that you're going to also be able to follow it on that soft copy on your phone. On behalf of the board members, I extend again our welcome to you in this annual general meeting. We value your presence and we are privileged to have you in this meeting as we come to a close of the year 2025. Our guiding principles, our motto is pamoja, tufanye nini? Tuinuke. Can we say that? Pamoja tuinuke. I'm not hearing you. Pamoja? Tena pamoja? Pamoja tuinuke. Again, we have our vision. You can see it on the screen. We have our mission. Our mission is to empower our members by efficiently providing affordable credit through mobilization of resources. You can see our core values. Again, I want to mention the membership growth. In 2025, our active membership grew from around 183 to 217 members. This is a representation of about 19% increase. We are grateful that we were able to get 19% increase. But how many believe that in this church you can be able to get 1,000 members? Do you believe you can be able to do that? We are a big church. And we are believing in the next season, we are going to be a bigger number than this. We know that there are quite a number of people who are following online, but we can be able to have a minimum of 1,000 members in Delcue in this church. And know what that means? It means that you and me have to promote Delcue. Speaking about Delcue, I know majority of you are members of this church. We want you to speak about Delcue, and this will increase our base in terms of finances, and eventually also getting us to even have greater good interest, and we'll also be able to grow. Financial performance, again, those are figures that you can be able to see there, where you can see our total asset base. 30 million is not a small figure. Comparatively, you can see in 2024, again, we had an increment of 5.5%. Membership deposits, the amount that you've put in Delcue. And I keep on saying that money is safe. Can you see there is a growth? What is the percentage? Percentage growth? 6.8%. So your deposits are growing, meaning, you are putting more money, we are getting more members coming in. You can see our loan membership, loans to members. Again, you can see a growth there of 10%, and we continue encouraging ourselves also to take loans. Let me speak about, we work through committees. As you can see this team here, we divided ourselves into committees, and those committees are about 5 of them. We have a finance and administration committee. We have Business Development Committee. We have Credit and Risk Committee. And we have, which one have I left, members? Are they 5? Education Committee. So all these committees are supposed to help us to be able to be efficient and to be able to do better. And again, I'll not read everything. When you look at the Finance and Administration Committee, the first point is we want to align the alignment of internal policies. We have developed and adopted the Finance and Administration Policy to guide the operation of financial decisions. Again, this committee would help us to manage your finances better and help us also to be able to do better work in terms of administration. You heard, we mentioned in our last meeting, we are looking towards even getting our system to be upgraded so that, again, we are able to get you a system that is able to give you real-time information and that is efficient. And that is the work of the finance and many other things that they are doing, finance and administration, which is led by our treasurer. That is Zeph. He's the chairman of that committee. We have another committee, Business and Development and Marketing Committee. Again, as you help us market, we also came up with a committee that would also help us market. And they have done a few things on that. They have successfully initiated the Sacco registration process. That's why you saw an increase in membership of almost about 20%. We've been rebranding. We've been trying to be visible in this church and even outside the church. Enhanced service delivery to clients. We want to do that to be efficient, and that is what the committee has been trying to do, and having timely communication. Again, that committee is led by Kajwang. Kajwang is the one who leads that committee to just do that. We have a Credit and Risk Committee. Again, this is a committee that looks at your loans to ensure that the loans are performing. They watch on those loans to make sure that there are no arrears. They also actively follow up with members to encourage them to timely pay the loans. Times they would ensure that members are called to remind them to also pay the loans. We continue advising ourselves as members to monitor, if you guarantee somebody, monitor the repayment progress of members so that, again, we avoid the recovery. We are saying, again, the committee has also done a number of other things. Dormant accounts and withdrawal remains a challenge, although members have reduced during, this year. We had very many accounts that were dormant. Delcue had started some previous years ago, so we have quite a number of members that we are encouraging them now to come back. And one of the members is like Monywa. He's an old mzee. And he came back. Monywa is the man seated in front there, behind there, on the middle. He told me, I want to come back to Delcue. Naona kazi inaendelea vizuri. He was an old member. Member number, Monywa? Yeah? 392. So you can compare your number. I can see my sister is saying, yes, he's an old member. Number 392. Yeah, so we're encouraging such members to come back. And we believe the 1,000 mark that we are looking at, it's possible. Any other committee I have left? I think there is Education Committee. Education Committee. We had one education forum. And quite a number of you came to that meeting. Again, this is to help us also to engage with the Sacco and also to get, those issues that probably that are not clear. In that education meeting, we're able to educate you. And at times, we also bring, people outside just to help us understand about finances. Bwana asifiwe. Do you know finances is in the Bible? Si kama Yesu aliongea kuhusu pesa. So we also want to educate ourselves concerning that. And that committee is led by our vice chairman, that is Oscar. I think I've done all the committees. Is there a committee that I've left? Yeah, so those are the committees that are trying to help us to manage the Sacco, and they are doing a good job. Do you think they are doing a good job? Can we give them a clap? Hiyo naona ni kama ilikuwa ya faith, eh? Situwapatia faith ya maana. Hata kama wajafanya, nasema tuko na imani watafanya nini? Watafanya. Yeah, so as I said, I don't want to go all through these. I know you have it online, and part of this shall be our discussion. I want to appreciate our bishop. I know our bishop is not here, but some of us who have been here before in these meetings, have you seen him here? Coming to this meeting? He has come to this meeting. His heart is here. He would want us to be empowered. He would want us to grow financially. And he has been supportive to us. And he has a heart to see that every member of this church is strong financially. Si kiroho peke yake. Hata kinini? Nimesikia kama mnahitaji na sihitaji na fujo. Hata kinini? Kifedha, na sio kifedha. Because we want that money. So our bishop has been supportive. Can we appreciate our bishop? Again, this committee that we have here has been out there, thinking about how they are going to make Delcue to be better. Can you appreciate this committee? We have our auditors, again, who have been, giving us auditing services. They'll be here to even share what they see in our books. I know Embakasi West Cooperative Officer is here. I know she'll be coming, but let's appreciate her again. She keeps on, checking on us, ensuring that Delcue is on course. As we look ahead, let's deepen our commitment to grow. As we look ahead, let's deepen our commitment to grow together, invest together, and lift one another. We are here to lift one another. I know this is not a service. How many are in the church today? Let me see. Were you in the service today? Did you see a clip somewhere, Buffalo? Yeah. What did it mean to us? We? As a team, we are able to assist each other. We need to emulate. Today it was a very good message telling us we need to be a team. And if we grow together, if we work together financially as a team, we are going to grow together. I usually say this, when I came to Delcue, as I finalized, I pulled in my wife. I knew I cannot be able to do it alone. I later my wife, and I brought my sons. And that's how safe your money is. Unajua ukileta jamii yako yote, mkiangamia mnafanya nini? Mnaenda nyi yote. That's the confidence that I have with Delcue. So bring your family, bring your friends, let us grow together.
Thank you, Chairman, for that report, or Chairman's report. So we need a proposer and a seconder. That's what our bylaw says. Before we discuss, agree, disagree with that Chairman's report, we have to have a proposer and a seconder. So can we have a proposer? Please say your name and your registration number, kindly.
I propose, I'm Geoffrey Motueri, member number 2093.
Geoffrey Mutwiri, member number 2093, proposes. We need a seconder. Thank you, Geoffrey. We need a seconder. We need someone to second. Yes, Osama, microphone here.
Eunice, member number 2833.
Eunice, member number 2833, seconds the chairman's report. Okay. So, any comments, members, on the chairman's report? Anything you agree, anything you disagree? Now that we have proposed, we have seconded, we are allowed to discuss the report. Si umesikia report ya chairman, umesikia vile amesema. Kuna comment unataka kuongeza, kuna kitu hukubaliani nayo, kuna kitu unakubaliana nayo. This is the time to state. And it is your right. Ni haki yako. There is a comment, Osama.
My name is Agre, member number 962. Actually, I might say we were among the first guys actually who joined the Delcue.
962.
Yeah.
Agre, what is your number again?
962.
962.
Thank you very much, Chairman, for that report. Before the relaunch of Delcue, actually, as you've mentioned, some of us members who joined in earlier, remember the first Delcue, what happened? Some of our deposits, were not captured in the, I don't know, it could be, might be behind, but I just wanted to know for those members who had given in something in the first Delcue before the relaunch, what happened to their deposits also, I think.
Thank you, Agri.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Your note is taken, and we will take a few more, and I think we will, at the end, then with the board and the chairman will be able to respond. So, any other? Yes.
Frederick, number is 2580. Actually, mine is under Credit and Risk Committee, which the chairman talked about, under guarantors. I hope we have, as much as we might want to track the people with guaranteed loans, may we request that we can have alerts at the same time, because once you've guaranteed somebody a loan, kwa imani, you just hope that he's going to pay, but it's better if we have alerts, just to make sure that we are also keeping track of that. Otherwise, it might be a challenge to remember trying to follow up on the loans. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Frederick. Frederick says that on the risk and credit, those who've guaranteed members, they would like to be notified and to be alerted so that they can also keep track and follow up those members they've guaranteed just in case of a default. So thank you, Frederick. Any other reaction to the chairman's report?
My name is John Munywa, number 392. I would only like to comment about recruitment. Mr. Murithi, you remember when I was there, I recruited so many members. But me, I disappeared, I went to farming. But now I'm back. I think we should encourage, we try another formula of recruiting people. Because the number of 19% is very little. Very. Me, I'm a farmer. They have recruited so many farmers, more than you have recruited. So the challenge is to you and your team to recruit more members. At least this is a big church. We need to have more members. Sijui tuwaombee sana ama tutafanya nini ama tufuge kidogo. At least for this, we fast for 1 week because of this Sacco. Starting with you and the members.
Thank you, Mzee Munyo. Thank you, Mzee Munyo. That's a worthwhile comment. He's challenging the recruitment numbers to the board and all of us. Sio board tu, si ndio? Si chairman amesema yeye alileta watu wake. We ulileta nani kwa nyumba yako? Tujiulize. Whom did you bring? Si ndio? So ni sisi wote. The challenge is for all of us. If we want the Sacco to grow, we all are challenged. Challenge well taken, Mr. Munyo. I think the chairman will also comment on that. Thank you for that comment. Any other? Any other reaction to the chairman's report? Okay, sawa sawa. I would guess tuko sawa. Maybe just that one reaction to Agre's point. I think that is the main one of the old members. I don't know, Chairman, you'd want to?
Yes, I agree. Yeah, you're right. In 2028 or 2019, 2018 is when Delcue was revamped. And is when some of us came in and we found it true. The status was, there was a number of accounts of the previous members that Delcue had. And for some reasons, there was some money that seemed like have gotten lost, or there was a story about that money. And that money was in two forms. The money was invested in some investments, and the other part, it was more of what my brother is talking about, guaranteeing and how safe is that money. So this committee has been doing the best that we can be able to do. When you look at your report, you'd see that we have even enlisted a debt collector. And when we are relaunching this Sacco, the bishop came himself and, gave, he was so firm. And he said he's going to help us. He's going to stand with us, that any person probably whose money in the previous Sacco probably seemed like to have gotten lost. He'll see the best that we can be able to follow it up. What I want to say is not an easy task. It is not an easy task, but this board is doing the best that we can be able to do. And the only thing that we can assure you, I think the Great Committee is here. We've been even saying that we are going to call all of you. Anybody probably who was in that previous, Sacco, we'll call all of us here. We'll discuss about that. We'll give you an update of what we've been able to do. And also we'll see how much we can be able to recover. But it is not behind us. It is something that is really concerning us. Is that okay, members? So we'll do our best. And also we'll call a meeting just to brief you where we up to where we've gone with those issues. Good. I think the other one, the Great Committee has noted that you need an alert every time you grant a loan. You need an alert. And Monyo is true. We want to have the membership of this church in terms of this Sacco to be 1,000 plus. Join us in that campaign. The team here will do the best that they can be able to do, but be the first one to even sell Delcue out there. You agree? How many? 10? Your committee will bring how many? 10 people. 10 people. 10 farmers. That's the spirit. Monyo is saying he's leading from the front. Si mambo ya kufast na maombi. Unajua Wakristo hata ile si ya kufast tunasema nini? Kama ni ya kwenda kukaribisha watu, usifanye hivyo. Waacha kutorokea kwa maombi. Ongea na mtu mwambie Delcue iko sawa. Na mimi niko Delcue. Na leta member under chair, vice chair, call you chair because we work together. Ensure that wakileta member kuna incentive. Think about that.
Thank you. Thank you, Mzee Munywa. We appreciate that. Imagine how many are we here? We are about 20. Sasa kila mtu akisema tutaleta watu 10. What number shall we have in a short time? Huh? Okay. I'm just using the set pace yenye Munywa ameweka. So sitaki reduce. If 20 of us brought 10 people, those are how many people? 200. Sasa. So with 200 members, each member contributing a minimum of 1,000 a month and a save. Sasawa, tutakuwa ngapi? Si tutaenda juu. We can go and grow. And we are a big church. Sasawa, we are a big church. Kuna church ndogo zimeanzisha sako zao na wamegrow wametushinda. So we should not be left behind. We should embrace our Sacco. So thank you, Mr. Munyo. Just to add on what the chair has talked about, the old issue that was there. So as a board, we are just waiting for the report from the debt collector. Sawa. It's not easy. Some of those people wenye walichukua pesa na mambo ya guarantee na ikaenda, namba za simu zimebadilika. It's a process to follow, and it also requires resources. So we are balancing, because pia hatutaki kutumia resources za members ambao wamekuja upya kutafuta resources za wale wengine. So you can understand it is a tight balance for this board, but it is something that is of concern to us, and we want to make everybody happy. So once the report from the debt collector is with us, tutaita all those old members, we will brief you. What we've been able to collect, tutajadiliane, how do we do na hiyo, and how do we move ahead. Sawa. So it's something that is in consideration to this board. It is at the heart of us. Na tunajua it's a teething issue. We want to resolve it so that people can have confidence with the Sacco. Sawa. Thank you. I think sifikiri tumeacha kitu kingine. I think we'll move swiftly. The next item on our agenda is the address by our chief guest, who is not here. I think we're expecting Reverend Oscar. Here he is in a meeting. So I think we'll skip that. When he comes, he'll be able to address us on behalf of the bishop. Sawa. So our next piece, I will want to invite our auditors, Agoro and Company, to take us through the audited and financial reports. Oh, sorry. Okay, my mistake.
Sorry, excuse me?
Yes.
Sorry, I might take you a few steps behind. My name is Paul Kariuki, and there is an issue that was raised.
Your member number, please?
Member number, well, I can't remember, but I have it here. Actually, it's the one that I was looking for.
Okay.
But I'm an active member, actually. Yes, I wanted to come up with the issue of, what normally takes SACCOs down is the fear of people when we are guaranteeing loans to members. This is what, in most cases, this is what discourages people to bring more members or even take loans, just because of fear that I might guarantee so and so, and eventually you find some you experience some defaulters. I wanted to ask, is there a way that a clause can be entrenched in a policy in a way to bring into record whenever somebody defaults, as well as going into, before attaching the loans to the grantors? Is there a way that somebody can be brought into the committee and then be sensitized, or rather give the reason as to why he or she cannot pay out the loan that has been related to him or her? Okay. I hope I'm clear in my question or my concern.
Yes, I will try to bring it out for the credit committee who are here. So the member is asking, is there a way in the Sacco policy, or if not, can it be ingrained in the bylaws for the credit policy, where if a member has defaulted, he is brought into the committee and questioned about that? Maybe I can answer for them. I'm seeing the chairman of the credit committee has stepped out, probably when he comes. So the bylaws, number one, requires that if you've borrowed amount and you've defaulted, the first month we have our staff in the office, they will reach out to you to remind you that your loan is due, okay? Then there is a second reminder when you default the second time. The second reminder goes to both the person who's defaulted and the guarantors. So we get the guarantors and we tell the guarantors, please follow. Kama ni mimi nime default Oscar, guarantors wangu wanaambiwa Oscar ame default, this is the second month, please mumufuate because ni pesa yenyu iko at risk. Sawa. The third month, according to the bylaws, we are supposed now to take money from the guarantors to recover the other members' money. That is what has been said by the Sacco bylaws that are there and the policies that exist, okay? So what we do as well, we call the member from the office and follow up. Why are they defaulting? What are the reasons that they are defaulting? Before we get to the place where we are now able to take the money from the guarantors, okay? And I think one of the other things that the credit committee is considering, once we take the money, and I think the officer will also speak to that, tukichukua pesa ya wale wenye wamegarantii huyo mtu, the Sacco is able to give you a letter or a recommendation kupeleka huyo mtu kwa watu wa kuattach vitu zake so that you people can recover your money. I think, Caro, if I'm not sidestepping. Sawa. Chairman.
And also to add on that, we've had a conversation also as a board. We know when you guarantee through trust. And also we feel you've guaranteed somebody and obviously you're being recovered that. That's why we've been talking about debt collector. Yeah, so we'll not just leave it to that. As a board, we'll try also to push that person through the debt collector, try and push them to be able to pay up. Yeah.
Yes, members, let me just remind ourselves what we said last. If you look at, thank you, bro, for bringing that idea. If you look at the market now, taking a loan from the bank is very heavy. We are all aware of that. So most of the development, most of these houses you see are built by the SACCOs. Last time we suggested for you, if you can come up with accountability partners, if you can be even 5 people among you, you can even form a group after this, that you see what we want to build ourselves. Then you form accountable guarantors among yourselves, so that then you keep on. You can even be meeting. You say, you know what, Nani, this time when ndio utachukua loan, and we will guarantee you. Say, mimi nime guarantee 20,000, mimi nime guarantee 30, That's how SACCOs move. But if we keep on saying, you know what, guarantor is the fear, we'll keep on reading the book of lamentation. I'm not saying we are doing that, until the birds will come back home. So, but the way we are, just form groups, three good friends, then you be guarantee each other. We'll be able to move this circle to the next step. But if you've never talked to that your neighbor, that your neighbor hold the key to the success that you need. We are sitting and we live here without even knowing the name of that person sitting next to you. Imagine we'll not move. That's the idea that we have. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Asante. Bwana Munyo anasema Kajwang apigiwe makofi for that idea. So tupigie Bwana Kajwang makofi for that idea. Thank you, Mr. Munyo. All right. Remind me your name. Paul. I would really encourage if you can, we have people at the desk, if you can just check with them your number, because we have to register your number in the minutes. It's important that we're able to get your number. So thank you for that comment. We were moving to the supervisory committee report, and I will invite the chair of the supervisory committee to take us through their report.
Good evening. Is it evening already? Or it's still afternoon? Good afternoon, good evening. How are you? So in the interest of time, I will not elaborate my points. I'll just read as it is. So this is a supervisory committee report for the year 2025-2026. So honored patron, valued representatives from Deliverance Church Umoja, esteemed board members, committed staff of the Delcue Investment Sacco, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the chairman of the board and the supervisory committee, I warmly welcome you all to our 2025-2026 annual general meeting. We express our sincere gratitude to the Almighty God for granting us the opportunity to gather once again to reflect on our achievements and progress. Today's meeting provides us with an important platform to review the key developments and successes of the previous financial year. We extend our heartfelt appreciation for the opportunity you've given us to serve you. Your continued trust and support are what drive our commitment to growth, transparency, and service excellence. So key achievements. One, we look at membership growth. We recorded a significant increase in membership compared to the previous year and noted that more ladies and the younger generation joined the Sacco. Thanks to the proactive work of our business department, we also noted a significant reduction in dormant members. Then secondly, reduction in member withdrawals. We marked a significant decline in member withdrawals. This was achieved through the approved operational systems and strengthened office functionality. Thirdly, policy development. The finance and administration policy and credit policy were reviewed and approved by the board. These revised policies will soon be presented to members for adoption. A fourth point, benevolent fund. For clarity, this is not a product but an insurance mechanism designed to support members' families in the event of a member demise. Members approved a mandatory annual contribution of 600, which is 50 shillings per month, which is deducted from all accounts at the end of the year. Point 5, financial records. Our financial records have been fully updated and streamlined, providing members with transparent and accurate access to their savings and account information. The office administrator is mandated to send an updated report on members' savings and loan status to enable members make informed decisions concerning their financial status. Point 8, improved marketing visibility. The marketing department has introduced Delcue Sacco to social media platforms, increasing our visibility, particularly among the younger generation, including the Gen Zs. This initiative has improved product awareness and accessibility. We are also looking at improving our products to be more attractive to the younger generation and women, e.g. the minor accounts and short-term savings. And then point 9, streamlined loan process. We have improved the loan application process by ensuring forms are properly filed or filled, correctly signed, processed more quickly than in previous years. This has enabled members to take more loans. And then members' education and pre-cooperative meeting. We had an improved attendance of the education day this year, that is the year 2025, which improved member awareness and financial literacy. That was felt by the increase in loan applications, membership recruitment, and good progress in the Sacco registration process. We anticipate having education days virtually in the future for convenience and improved attendance. So key challenges. While we are proud of these achievements, we also acknowledge areas that require attention and improvement. Loan guarantee bottlenecks. While loan applications have increased, many members still struggle to secure guarantors, a challenge we must work together to resolve. A proposal for collateral guarantorship and check-off system policies to be fast-tracked to ensure easy access to loans for our members. And then defaulters and arrears. This issue of loan defaulters and growing arrears needs to be addressed firmly to protect the Sacco's financial health and maintain member confidence. We urge members to save regularly, borrow loans, and pay promptly for the growth of the Sacco. So, looking ahead, expectations and priorities. As we move forward, our focus will be on, one, further membership growth, continuing to increase our member base, encouraging more ladies to join the Sacco, to encourage more loan uptake through innovation and service excellence. I think we have delivered on that. So, we also need to enhance marketing and branding, expanding the visibility of our Sacco products, especially through targeted social media engagement and product branding aimed at younger generation. Strengthened member education, establishing structured education initiatives for both board members and the general membership to improve financial literacy and engagement. So in conclusion, the Supervisory Committee extends sincere appreciation to our patron and the management board members for their invaluable service and contribution, which laid a strong foundation for the group growth. We also thank our dedicated staff and our valued partner, the Deliverance Church Umoja, and also to our esteemed members. You are the foundation of this group. Delcue Investment Sacco exists because of your continued trust and commitment. Your unwavering support, especially during challenging times, has enabled the group to reach greater heights. Let us continue to unite, collaborate, and invite our families and friends to join this shared journey. Our enduring slogan, Pamoja Tuinuke, continues to guide us in this coming year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our chair for the Supervisory Committee. We want a proposer and a seconder for that report, and then we can discuss it. A proposer? A proposer? Frederick?
2580.
Frederick 2580 proposes. A seconder? Na tukue na wengine wageni, sio wale wale. Thank you, Mami.
Patricia Kioko, 1365.
Patricia Kioko, 1365. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now we can discuss that report. Having have proposed it and seconded it, let's discuss it. What are your thoughts? What do you agree? What don't you agree? That is the essence of us considering that report. Sumeskia Supervisory. Yes, Frederick?
Apologies for so many questions. I'm not sure. Okay, I did not attend the last educational meeting. I think I'm one of the guys who had requested for some of the trainings to be done virtually to enable some of us to be able to attend. But mine is specifically in the benevolent fund. Not sure whether I'm taking or it was already agreed on. What is the standard figure for the? Is there a standard figure for the benevolent fund?
We will respond to that. I think we will answer that. Let's take a few other reactions and then we will respond to that. Any other reaction to the Supervisory Committee report? Any reaction, members? Mumesikia hiyo report? Tumesikia report ya supervisory. Vile mmenyamaza, either we are okay, we are very fine, or there is a hand here. Did you raise your hand? Okay, good.
Hi, my name is Catherine, member number 2463. I have a question about the guaranteeing of loans. This is a question. I'm not sure how to approach it, but I was just wondering whether there can be a structure to ensure loans just in case there's a problem recovering it, whether that problem is on purpose or not. So in the case that maybe someone took a loan and maybe they had an accident or God forbid they've passed away, so maybe developing a mechanism how these loans can be insured at a certain point, or create a bracket for a certain limit where you introduce that so that that can be recovered without hurting the Sacco or the guarantors.
Thank you, Catherine. You had said it's a question, but I look at it more as a comment or a suggestion for consideration. Or you wanted to know if we have such measures in place. Okay, fine. Thank you. So she says she wants to understand if there is such a measure or such a consideration. So we will respond to that as well. Any other? That's on the guarantorship of the loans. So I'm looking at the board so that they can be able to comment to that. Okay. Secretary, 2728, Paul Kariuki's member number. Remember, he made a comment. 2728, Paul Kariuki, he made a comment or had a question. So I'm just reading you out the member number. Okay, any other reaction before we respond to the ones that have been raised?
Just to ask, is it possible or can it be against the policy ethics to profile list of members with the loans that they have taken so that I, Paul Kariuki, members can, the rest of members can know how much I've taken and the payable for what particular period. Just wanted to put that on across.
Okay. Thank you. I will point that to the officials from the cooperatives to guide us on that, whether that is possible. I think you've heard what Kariuki is saying. Is it possible that, these are not his words, but I'm putting my own words in how I understood is a list of shame for the defaulters. I think that you didn't say in those exact words, but he was saying people who have defaulted, is there a way that they can be listed for the other members to know and that they can be wary of them? So maybe as we respond, I will allow you to comment whether by law, as a board, we are allowed to do that, because that's a suggestion that is coming from Paul Kariuki. Any other before we respond? Oh, you want to clarify? Okay.
Okay, that one also can be included. Your last, that point you have given out, that suggestion.
Okay.
Yes, it can as well adapt to the same. But say, for instance, we may be having a list of members who have taken loan within this year, and also another one of the defaulters, so that in one way or the other, this can be known. I think on the side of reconciliation, that one can be done by those in accounts. But if that one can be possible, I think it can be okay.
Okay, so just that I may be clear, you are seeking to know the members who have taken loans that it is published. Is that what you're saying? Ah. Alongside those who have defaulted. So those who have taken, or those who have borrowed alongside those who have defaulted. Okay, I will leave it to the cooperative officer. They will respond to that. They'll give us whether legally that is allowable. If not, then it will guide the board whether we will look at formulating measures on the issues of guarantorship. So any other before I allow us to respond onto those points? Any other? Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My question is, kama
Your name and number, please.
Sorry for that.
For the record.
Eunice, members number 2833. My question is, if a member is not paying the savings every month, what will happen? And is not defaulting, what will happen for that?
All right. So you're talking towards dormant members, but we'll respond to that. Those who are not, they're saying you raise your voice, but let me help her. So she is saying, what happens to those members who do not pay their subscription? So they fall dormant. They are not renewing their subscription every month. Or what is their savings? Let me use that. The minimum savings. So a member is not paying those savings. Is that what, Eunice, you're speaking to? What happens to such a member? Okay? Any other response before, any other review before we respond to those ones? So maybe I'll begin by responding to Eunice's, and then I'll let the other board members respond to Frederick's, and there is Catherine's, and then the cooperatives office as well. So you've heard in the chairman's report us talking about dormant members. So dormant members are those who do not honor their monthly savings. Let me not call them subscriptions. It's the minimum monthly savings. Now, if you need to borrow, part of the requirements is that you need to be an active member. Sawa sawa. So an active member is one who every month or every week, as regularly as is possible, does their savings. So you will be, tutafanya kitu inaitwa, we check when you apply for a loan whether you are an active member. That's number one, okay? So it denies you the opportunity to borrow when you are a dormant member. Are we together? Okay? Also, dormancy will affect your payout on the dividends. Sawa, or rebate. Let me call them rebates, not the dividends. We pay rebates. So it affects that. That's number two. Number three, normally we would remind you. You would be called from the office that we see your account is dormant. Can you reactivate it? So that's what happens to such a member, Eunice. If I was to respond, I will welcome the board members to respond to Frederick's query. Frederick, your query was on benevolent, the payout for the benevolent.
Well, so I'll answer the two questions about the benevolent fund and insurance. So these are figures that members agree on, depending on the need within the membership of the Sacco. So we'll also be guided by the ministry, but I think the figure varies from Sacco to Sacco. So if you feel that we need to enhance what we are giving for benevolence, depending on what our unique need as Delcue is, then the members can agree and then enhance that amount to whatever figure we feel will be appropriate for us. I don't know whether, Frederick, that answers you. So I'm not very sure, but maybe Carol will help us, whether there's a standard figure as per ministry, but I believe the figure varies from Sacco to Sacco, depending on the unique needs of that specific Sacco. So if you feel that the 50 shillings you are giving at Delcue is low, depending on what we need, then we can have a discussion as membership and then see how to increase it. So our loans currently are self-insured. Self-insured by the deposits of the member and by the deposits of the guarantor. Having an insurance cover is a secondary layer of security for those loans that we are giving. The Sacco, as it has been growing, we've never gotten to a point because, I mean, this is a church-based Sacco. And most of us who come as members are, first of all, Christians to start with. So we've never gotten to that point where we feel that you'll come as a member who is a born-again Christian and default to pay. Sindio? So tuanzie hapo kwanza. So we don't want to imagine that you being a born-again, tongue-speaking Christian will walk into our offices as the Sacco, take a loan, and then we follow you up and then you decline to pay. So we want to believe that when you come to the Sacco to borrow, you will pay. In case you don't pay, we recover your deposits to cover. If the deposits are not sufficient, as the Vice Chair already said, then we go to the guarantors as an insurance for that loan to cover a bit of that loan that you are not able to pay. Should we get to a point where we need to have a second layer of insurance and then get a policy, then we need to also look at our financial, what are we making out of these loans so that we are able to then pay premiums for that insurance cover. Because taking insurance comes with a cost, isn't it? Because we have to pay premiums, isn't it? So, and premiums are paid, we can pay annually, we can be paying monthly and all that. But are the loans that we are taking as members giving us enough interest as income that is sufficient again to pay for premiums? So those are the dynamics. We can continue reviewing, but for now, let's have them as self-insured, and then we look for quality guarantors. Sindio? Be a quality member who will pay, and then get quality guarantors who will also not bother you, so that the Sacco continues to have that self-insurance working. And I think that's what works in most of the Saccos. Sindio? But if you continue to take more loans and the Sacco is able to make more money, and we are able to have some that we are able to invest in insurance, then it's a route that we can consider to take. I hope I've answered those two questions. And probably by answering, I've raised more questions.
Let me invite the cooperative officials.
Okay. Good evening. Muda wangu bado hujafika. My name is Caroline. I'm the cooperative officer. I want to add something on what the treasurer has said about the loan insurance. What happens is that when you're taking a loan, there is an extra charge for you on your part. The Sacco does not pay for insurance. So if you decide that you want to partner with an insurance, and the insurance will only cover upon death. Only. Hata kama wewe ni mwenye insurance, unaweza kubali defaulters. Mtu atakuwa anasema si loan yangu imekavwa, kwa hivyo sitalipa. So hiyo ni biashara kweli. So they only cover upon death or permanent disability. Ile kitu ambayo imekufanya usiweze kufanya kazi upate mapato. Death and permanent disability. Hiyo ni sheria hata ukienda wapi. Hakuna insurance ambayo inaitikia to cover default. Kama ni hiyo pia mimi nikijua my loan has been covered, I will not pay. Will you? Wewe unaweza lipa ukijua imekuwa covered. Si utasema acha insurance ishughulike. But upon death or permanent disability, that's when the insurance comes in. And as the treasurer has said, the Sacco cannot afford to bear the cost of paying insurance. So you, when you're taking a loan, if you pass it, there will be an amount that you're required to pay upfront according to the loan amount that you've taken. And also according to the duration of the loan because of the risk. So I think the next time they will invite the insurance people so that they may come and explain to you mchague ile inafaa. But it cannot cover, guarantors. Hakuna. Unless inakuja, lakini haiko. Sawa sawa. And then Zef umesema ati watu wa kanisa wanakujanga na faith. Kwanza hao ndo wanatusumbua. Members wa kanisa ndo wanatusumbua because wanakuja wakisema kuna akienda kufuatwa anakimbilia kwa mchungaji, si ndio? Wanasema these people are harassing me. So it's upon you. Even the Bible says a person who does not pay a debt is evil. So ujiambie uko wapi kwa hiyo kitengo. Hakuna shortcut. Ukichukua deni ni sawa sawa. So upon your question, sir, it's about a list of shame. It is against the law. Hata data protection imekata. Imesema it is against the law to post names of defaulters. Even SASRA, even if you Google, you will see that clause. But what I was discussing with the auditor is that when it comes a point that we want to, what do we call it? Write off. When we are writing it off, unajua tutakuja tu tuambie we are writing off 1 million. We have to tell you why we are writing that amount. So tutasema, Caroline Muihaki has defaulted this amount na hakukuwa, either guarantors wake hawako pia, hapatikani afanyi, so we are writing this off and this is the amount. That's the only time that it is allowed. But kama ni mtu analipa pole pole, leo anaruka, kesho alipi, you cannot, it is not allowed by the law, unfortunately. So your question, savings. If you do not save every month, it means that you're not an active member. So when time comes that you want to take a loan, it will affect the way that you're going to be given that loan. Kuna classifications. So either uambiwe you're not qualified because you're not an active. Sawa sawa, it is just plain as that. Have I answered your question? Have I answered your question?
Who will cater for that?
So even the auditor,
because money is already out and
the auditor can tell you that. Tunaweza kuwa tuko na loan ambayo it is a loss for 10 years. So according to the accounting standards, some loans, he will explain, I'm not sure, kwa kiwango fulani ya muda, they have to be written off. And something that is written off can be written back in. Ikikuwa recovered at any point, it can be written back. But hizi ni zile yani hakuna matarajio kabisa ya kupatikana. And huwa iendi tu hivyo. It has something that the auditor will clarify for you. But kulingana na vitabu kuna vitu ambazo ukienda kupeleka kuwa registered, you're being told, this amount, you have to write it off. Like the people who had invested in Cusco, they've been told to write off. Ikikuja sawa, watairudi. Lakini isipokuja iondoke kwa vitabu kuonesha mko na pesa na haiko. Umeelewa? Have you understood? Something that is written off can be written back in. And it is in the books. It shows that. But you have to pass. You have to pass through an AGM. We want to write this amount. Ni sawa ama si sawa? Members agree. Remember, you have the supreme authority. Okay? And the insurance, excuse me, insurance, have I answered you? What did I not answer?
Building on, I'm saying the question has been answered partly, or rather, I came up with another question when it was being answered, not by you. I don't know if it's one of the requirements for the Sacco, because we talked about marketing and taking it out there. If other people join the Sacco from other species, how do you ensure that they follow that pathway that we are carving out? Because we are talking about being believers and being trustworthy and having these values. If we are advertising it out there and somebody else who is a non-believer and is interested, then how do you control that? That is what I'm thinking about. But for the insurance part, I think you've clarified well.
Kwenu?
Thank you. If I may respond to your question, I think we are each other's keepers. Let's begin from that. And the requirements when you're borrowing money, sawa, you are asked to seek guarantors. Si ndio? Si wewe ndio utatafuta guarantors. Si kuna ile form tunapatiana, unatafuta guarantors. So utatafuta watu mnaelewana na wao. Are we together? So if I'm guaranteeing James, for example, I happen to know James. James amekuja ameleta form yake, anataka mimi nimguarantee. Mimi sinajua James na ninajua vile tunadili, ninajua vile James ana behave, si ndio? So I have the right kuambia James, I'll guarantee you as long as you will be diligent enough to honor your obligation to pay your loan. Are we together? Tuko pamoja mpaka hapo? Sawa. So ni hiari yangu kugaranti James. Sawa. Pia kama niko na wasiwasi na James na simjui, I want to believe we will guarantee people that we know. You will not guarantee someone that you have no idea who they are. Are we together? Si ndio? Because watakuja kwako na form. So it will be someone you know. Unless you're not obligated to guarantee someone you don't know. It's your right kusema, mimi sikujui, sijui tabia zako na pesa, so I'm sorry, I will not guarantee you. Are we together? Now, let's go to the next step. James, nimekubali kumguarantee. James starts defaulting. We said the first part is James may default, the Sacco will notify James, you have defaulted. That's the first notice according to the bylaws, sawa, and the credit policies. Then the second time James ana default, because tutamuuliza ni nini mbaya, what is happening, we get to hear him, sawa. The second reminder when he has defaulted, we not only tell James that I'm a default, but sasa tuna alert the guarantors. Sasa I'll get the notification as Oscar. Oscar, your money is at risk because James ame default mara ya pili. Sasa mimi ninajua James. It's my work to go to James and tell James, ebu lipa hiyo pesa. Ama nini inafanyika, we want you to pay that money. Because mimi, I don't want to put my savings at risk by your defaulting. Sawa. So you help us as a Sacco kusukuma James alipe. Are we together? So ikifika ile mahali ya tatu sasa James ajalipa kwa sababu umeongea nayo, uko na haki ya reach out to the members in the board and the credit committee kuambia, mimi nimefuatilia James na ninaona James hawezi anasumbua kulipa hiyo nini yako. Maybe hapo Karo atatusaidia what happens at that stage where now you have talked to James, you've helped the Sacco, and now James is still defaulting and threatening to default. The Sacco will take your money, but there is a way that the ministry allows the board members to operate and allow you to recover your money. Maybe, Carol, you can help us there.
Maybe before Carol clarifies, and remember also to advise us on the 50 shillings that we give for benevolence. I think when it comes to money lending business, we don't deal with emotions and sympathy. By the time you are agreeing to guarantee someone, you are taking responsibility of his good behavior or otherwise. We need to agree. The moment you are agreeing to guarantee someone, you are taking liability and you are taking responsibility. If they pay, well and good. If they don't pay, you took liability by accepting to guarantee them. So the Sacco, according to the credit recovery procedures can recover your deposits regardless of, because as we were not there when you were agreeing to guarantee them. He brought us a form that you signed that you are guarantee, isn't it? If you fail to agree and they have not brought another guarantor to replace you, us we will recover that money from you. That is just straightforward like that. Because we will not be getting into discussions of sympathize with me, I've talked with him. How do we know that you've talked with him? Where is the evidence that you've talked with him? We are not going to get into that business. So the moment you are agreeing to guarantee someone, know that you are accepting liability in case they fail to pay. That's why I said when I spoke earlier that be a quality member yourself and then look for quality guarantors. So this team here, or our people in the office, are not in the business of sympathizing with members because of discussions that we were not party to. Sisi hatukuwa mkipatana mkiagree ku guarantee, hatukuwa mkifuatana huko nje. Sasa why are you bringing that to us? As we have a document where you sign that you will guarantee. And that form has terms and conditions. So in case the person you guaranteed failed to pay within the period they're supposed to pay, we look for you. If you don't want us to come for you, tell that person to bring another guarantor to replace you. That is the procedure. I think it's just clear like that.
Thank you. You know our treasurer is a banker, so he's talking like a real banker. I want to soften everything. This issue of guarantorship, we want to demystify it today. Friends, remember what we suggested. The way you sit, check for a quality member of the Sacco. Okay? Pick about 5. Then endeni mkae kwa kona, mseme ya kwamba mimi nataka kuchukua loan, si ndio? Alafu mwambie what you need to do for us first, provide for us even the standing order. Si kuna standing order yenye utakuwa unalipa nayo hii Sacco. That's another way. Asikupatie ile standing order ya banki yenye alifungua lakini hawekangi pesa. So unajua watu ni watu na tumeokoka, si ndio? Si tumeokoka? Mtu anaweza kupatia ile statement, kumbe hiyo bank aliacha kutumia. Akuambie akupatie statement at least for 1 year that shows that this standing order ya hii bank imekuwa active. It's very easy. When you washafanya hii nini, it's very easy. You should not fail to take a loan because of guarantor. You know, I may be talking very well here, but hapa credit yangu rating is very low. You can know that. But if you want to go to the bank, still up to you. But we know what it is. When I come to power, when I'm a president, I will push. Sorry, I hope I'm not destroying for some bankers around. But Sacco is the best way you can grow. Do you know that, yes, maybe you have a standing order for your bank, but kazi iharibike, si hizi vitu ufanyika? Is it true? Do you know in the Sacco, you are allowed to write a letter to tell these members that please, can you hold for about some period of months, I will not be able to pay. It is allowed, isn't it, Madam Caro? In which you can be able to reorganize, to restructure your loan. Instead, kazi imeharibika, in which it can happen even to me, lakini umenyamaza. How will these people know? You just write a letter that please, can you just restructure my loan for the next particular month? Also, you notify your guarantors, isn't it? Thank you. I think you got some solution. Hii maneno ya guarantorship tumalize leo.
I think I made a statement ndio mliona treasurer amesimama akakuwa mkali. I was not trying to insinuate that tutaingia into your negotiations. No. What I wanted Caro to address is that pesa yako tutachukua, ya guarantor tutachukua, but there is a mechanism after that. That's what Caro is going to talk about. So msichukulie kwamba nilikuwa nasema utakuja kutuongelea, umesema nimeongea na James amekataa kulipa na tutakuhurumia. Hapana, pesa tutachukua. That's the bylaws. But there is something that I wanted Carol to talk about. That's where I was heading. Treasurer, I was not misleading your members.
Hi, members. What Oscar has said is true. First, we recover. After we recover, you come to us. We will give you a letter to help you go and follow that money. Sawa sawa? Kuoneshana ya kuwa I guaranteed this person, he has not paid, so that you can go. Kama unajua mtu wa chief, kama unaweza tumia chief, because the process of tribunal, I will not lie, tunajua mambo ya koti Kenya, si ndio? It can take a while. So if you can find a way on how you're going to recover it. Kama unaweza mpeleka kwa chief, unampeleka kwa chief. Kama kona duka manauza yote, unarecover pesa yako. Kama kona gari inauza, unarecover pesa yako. But last time, remember I told you guys, when you are told to guarantee someone you know, si ati kwa sababu umekaa na huyu leo umemjua. It means that you know that person, how you're going to recover that money. And my policy, myself, haiko kwa sheria. Mimi usema, kama na kugaranti, I have to know how I'm going to recover my money. Kwa hivyo tutakaa chini tuandikiane mahali. In case usipolipa na nikatwe, what will happen? Kama ni title tuandikiane, tutaingia ipigwe muhuri kwa lawyer. Because that's what I do, honestly. Because at the end of the day, tukisema we are not going to guarantee each other, we will not survive. That's why we joined ASA. We need each other. As much as kuna risk, we have to take those risks. But what they can help you with is a letter showing that it is true that this person, you guaranteed them and they have not paid. And this is the amount that has been deducted. Then you can go and follow it up. So no kuna evidence. That's the only way they can help you. But they are not allowed to go and tunaitanga kwa Kikuyu korandora. Kuenda inaitwaje? Oscar ile kuenda kuitisha. Ni ngumu ile kuenda you cannot go on behalf of the member to ask for the money. Sawa sawa. Debt collection, maybe they can use that. But yes, but not them personally going unless the 3 months. Auction, exactly. That's the word, yeah. They cannot. It is against the law. But you can be able to auction using that letter. Sawa sawa.
Thank you. I hope our treasurer is also happy and that I was not misguiding. I hear kuna members wawili walikuwa na a concern around that. Let's also take cognizance of the time so that tusiende. We still have a few items on the agenda. We are still actually discussing the supervisory report that has brought a lot of discussion. So, ni nani alikuwa na microphone? Mr. Munywa.
Bwana asifiwe. Amen. Hapa nataka kuemphasize kidogo, hata ingawa leo sio education. Here comes a member. A member is having 10,000, alafu anakuwa dormant. Mimi ni member na contribute kila mwezi. Huyu dormant member anachukuliwa hatua gani? Kuna kitu atakuwa nakatwa kidogo kwa sababu ya ule mtu iko kwa ofisi ama namna gani?
Thank you. Kuna mwingine alikuwa na swali, we take 2 or 3, then we respond.
I think mine is just clarity. I see it in swali to the treasurer. You are benevolent. And I understand is that the 600 is what will be paid accumulatively in case of a demise of a member. So there is no standard figure, round figure. This is an accumulative figure that will be paid. For zile miaka ametoa.
No, we'll respond to that. Okay. I thought he responded to it, but we'll respond to that. I thought the chairman also responded to that. We take note of that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. I have 2 questions, one from me, another one from my sister here. Mine first. I think this issue of guarantors and loan taker is a bit critical. For instance, if I go by what Chairman is saying, that I look for 5 people, right? And for instance, I want to take $1 million. I have shares that multiply by 3, I can take 1 million, right? Then members of my group, the 5 of them, probably according to their shares, because my loan will be pegged, my guarantee will be pegged on what they will be able to give. Can I go ahead and get the same amount? According to my shares, I can qualify for 1 million, for instance, okay? And my members in one way or the other, maybe by virtue of their shares, they cannot, does it really matter whether what they have can guarantee me what I want?
You're talking self-guarantee. I think you're talking about self-guarantee, meaning your deposits are able to stand for you.
No, not really. See, I have 5 people, right? And my shares can legitimate me to have about, say, 1 million, okay? And the less they have, according to their shares, they have lower shares. Can I still continue? Can I still get the same loan?
The 1 million?
Yes.
Yes, I think the issue you're talking about is self-guarantee. So if I have, because what he's saying, I want to understand him. He's saying, I want to borrow 1 million, and my savings or deposits can allow me to get 1 million. Are we together up to there? See, that's what you're saying. I want to understand you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Okay, multiply by 3.
What he's saying is this: he qualifies for 1 million shillings, not self-guarantee. Based on his deposits, maybe if you multiply by 3, he qualifies for 1 million shillings. But now the people who are supposed to guarantee him cannot be able to
make him get
that particular loan.
Okay, fine. I get you. Sawa. I wasn't clear on that. Sawa. Nimeona watu wamesimama, they want to answer you. He has a second question. Second question, and then they'll respond.
Can I finish?
Members, good meeting. We have a good meeting, and we appreciate your questions. Can you allow us just to just proceed? I know we will cover a lot, especially in education, and probably as we come to the end of the program, we'll try to get as many questions as we can. Can you allow us to proceed so that we don't keep you here until 7? But we really appreciate the good questions that you're asking. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So we hold the questions, Chairman. They will be responded to later, or what is your point? Okay, so I hope you've taken note of the questions so that we can respond to them later. Okay. Please note your question so that in case we forget to respond, then we can respond so that we can move to the next agenda. We have a few agendas that are pending. Apologies for that. So the next would be the presentation of the audited accounts, and I will invite Agoro and company to take us through the audited accounts.
Okay, thank you so much. Corp officers, Sacco committee, and all the members in the AGM today, good evening. Good evening once more. My name is Daniel Otieno, and I'm here from Agoro and Associates, who are your external auditors for the year 2025. And I'm here to present to you your audit report for the year 2025 so that you can be able to understand your performance as an investor. You invested in the society, and at the end of the year, you ought to understand how your business or how your investment performed, whether you made some gain or it was a loss. And this is an opportunity for you as a member to be able to understand what happened to your money you put in Delcue society or cooperative society. I'll not take much of the time because time is well spent. I'll try to take the shortest time in my presentation. If you have a query, you will do it after I'm done with my presentation. So I don't know whether all of you have a copy. So if you have a copy, This report is based on the books of account that were presented to us by your management committee through your office staff, and as auditors, we were able to do all is expected of us and came up with a report which was again presented to the management committee for them to review and approve. So if you look at page number 10, this report, there is a signature of the board management committee members. That is the chair, secretary, together with there is a chairman, secretary, and treasurer. They all approved this report. And after that, we took this report to the auditors from cooperative department, because that is a requirement that any Sacco books of account has to be taken to the auditors from the cooperative department, also to have further review and audit of the report. And if they agree with it, then it becomes, they give it a green light for presentation and AGM. If you look at page number 10, the person who is scrolling, I don't know whether he's able to see. But anyway, your report is validly approved by the relevant authority, and therefore we can be able to present it in this AGM. So the report has page 1 to page number 20. Page number 5 to 8, that is where the auditor has expressed his opinion, because that is part of the requirement that we have to give an opinion on how your books of account are kept, and also the operations and management of your finances. So you will see what is our opinion as auditors. Page 9, 10, 11, and 12, those are the audited financial statements. They are supported by notes from page number 13 to page number 20. So let us start from page number 13. I'll move very fast. Page number 13 is where the notes are beginning. So note number 1 is summary of accounting policies, is a summary of some of the accounting rules which were applied when preparing these books of account. So we will not read those rules in this particular presentation, but you can create time and read. So that is note number 1, which runs all the way to page number, from page 13 to page number 16. So I'll not read note number 1, but you can still create time and read. I'll start from page number 17. Note number 2, page 17. Page 17 notes the financial statement. Interest on members' loan brought in 557. Note number 3 is interest expense, which is a return on your deposit of 500,000 has been proposed to be ratified in this AGM. Note number 4 is other operating income. So apart from interest on loans, the society also has other revenue streams. We have dividends from investment, registration fee, office running income, withdrawal fees, loan processing fee, and interest on receivables. A total of 1,244,595. Note number 5 is governance expense, committee sitting allowance, AGM, members' education, and committee training. So a total of 116,308. We have administrative expenses, note number 6, a total of 628,107. Professional expenses, note number 7, that is audit fees and other related charges, a total of 32,700. Page number 18, note number 8, other operating expenses, depreciation, 79,000. We have note number 9, cash and cash equivalent, bank current account, savings account, and M-Pesa balance, a total of 1,446,371. Note number 8. Note number 10, trade and other receivables, that is DC Umoja or Deliverance Church Umoja, employer deductions and accrued interest, a total of 5,280,502. We have loans to members. Issued was 5 million, repayment was 3 million, giving you a closing balance of 17,667,537. Investment of 5,675,204. There's a list of investment there. You'll see where that figure was invested into. We have Centum, Mumias, and several other institutions there. Page number 19, note number 13, property, plant and equipment. You have some properties which are depreciating every year. So we have computer software. The value at the end of the year 2025 is 179,190. Computer and accessories, the value is 48,314. We have office equipment, 58,109. So the total PPE, the value of PPE of the society was depreciated from 352,000 to 285,613. We have note number 14, members' deposits. You had an opening balance of 15 million. Brought in was 2,143,000. There are also offsets and refunds and offset of 1 million, giving you a closing balance of 16,420,549. We also have in members' investment deposits, opening balance of 8 million. Brought in was 56. There is also transfer of 32, giving you a closing balance of 8,248,269. We have interest on members' deposits. In 2025, there was a proposed opening balance of 2024. At the beginning of the year 2025, there was 800,000 in that account. The payments which were done during the year was 437. But in the current year 2025, there's a proposed figure of 500,000 to be paid to members. So giving you a closing balance of 862,416. We have note number 17, trade payables and accruals, a total of 669,844. We have trade payables, benevolent fund of 208,450. We have audit fees. Again, we also have proposed honoraria with an identified deposits in the bank and tax liability of 22,000. Note number 18 is a tax payable of 22,000. Then we have the share capital, opening balance of 1,209,000. Then there's also contribution of 62,500, giving you a closing balance of 1,271,550. We have reserves, retained surplus, and the statutory reserve. Together, they add up to 2,882,599. Then we also have note number 21, payment to employees and suppliers. That is a figure on cash flow, giving of 744,487. So members, those are the breakdowns or the notes of the figures which you can see in the statement, the financial statements. And if you turn to page number 9, that is a statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. That is a statement that explains your profitability, performance during the year 2025 in comparison 2024. So let's see what happened, whether we made a profit or a loss as a business during the year 2025. So revenue or your income, majorly from interest on members, interest on loans to members, has a decline from 1.4 to 758,000 557. Out of that, there's a proposed amount to be paid as interest on your deposit, which is the interest expense of 500,000, giving you a net interest income of 258,557. You also have other operating income, note number 5 we have seen, of 1,244,000. So the total operating income is 1,503,152. The cost that you incur, or the expenses that you incurred in the year during the year 2025, we have governance, we have seen note number 5, administrative, professional, and other operating expense. So the total expenses, or the total expenditure incurred by the business during the year was 856,621. That is a decline from 942,113 Kenya shillings, which was incurred in the year 2024. So if you did less your total expenses from your total operating income, you either remain with a profit or loss. In your case, you are having a profit. The society made a profit of 646,531. That is compared to 336,170 in the year 2024. Income tax expense of 22,939. So your net surplus or net profit after tax is 623,592. So members, that is your profitability performance during the year 2025 compared to 2024. You can see your income, what is being paid back to members as rebates on your deposits, your expenses, and the effect is a profit of 646,532 with a bottom line of 623,592. So that is your profitability performance in the year 2025. Page 11, statement of changes in equity, explaining the shareholders' fund, the share capital, and the reserves. So the share capital grew by 62,500 to 1,271,550. Statutory reserve grew by 124 to 1,041,000. Retained surplus, the profit for the year is brought in, then you transfer 20%, then they also allocate or appropriate 50,000. So the return surplus has grown from 1.4 million to 1,841,420. So the total equity of the society has grown from 3,518,000 to 4,104,149. So that is the shareholders' fund of Delcue Investment Cooperative Society as at the end of the year 2025. So the last financial statement that I'm reading is the balance sheet, which explains your position, financial position at the end of the year 2025. So the assets, what belong to Delcue Society, are as follows. Cash and cash equivalent, 1,446,371. Trade and other receivables, those are debtors, 5,280,000. Loans advanced to members, 17,667,000. Investment in other institutions is 5,675,000. And then we have property, plant and equipment of 205,613. So the asset base of Delcue Investment Society has grown from 28 million to 30,355,227. Those assets are acquired through liabilities. So members' deposits at the end of the year was 16,400,000. 420,000. Members' investment deposits, 8,248,000. Interest on members' deposits, 862. Trade payables and accruals, 669,844. So the total liability, 26,201,078 Kenya shillings at the end of the year 2025. Equity, the share capital, the reserves, together they add up to 4,154,149. The total, or the sum of equity and liabilities, is 30,355,227. So that is the financial position of Delcue Society. If you compare the total of assets and the total to the total of equity and liabilities, they both read 30,355,227. So members, that is the financial position of your society. At the end of the year, you can see the asset base, what the society owns, and how those assets were acquired through members' deposits, and again, share capital and the reserves. These report or financial statements were approved by the committee as shown there by their signatures. So that is your performance and your position as a business during and at the end of the year 2025. The auditor is required to give an opinion, and as your auditors, I got an sheet, we gave our opinion on page number 5 to page number 8. That is a report of the independent auditor to members of Delcue Investment Cooperative Society. I'll not read the entire auditor's report because of time limitation. I'll read first paragraph on page number 5, the last paragraph on page number 8. The rest, kindly find time and read the entire auditor's report so that you acquaint yourself with what the content of the entire report. They are quite good information for you as a member that you need to understand. So on page number 5, opinion, we've audited the financial statements of Delcue Investment Corporate Society Limited set out on page number 9 to 20. So those financial statements are what we audited from page number 9 to 20. In our opinion, the accompanying financial statements give a true and fair view of the financial position of the society as of 31st December 2025 and of its financial performance and cash flow for the year then ended in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards and the Kenyan Corporate Societies Act, Cap 490. So members, that is our opinion as the auditors are going to negotiate. After auditing your books of account, which were presented to us, and also through the information and documents which were provided to us, we are of opinion that the financial statements which are being read to you today, they give a true picture of how your business was at the end of the year 2025. Hence, we gave that clean opinion that these financial statements give a true and fair view of the financial status of the society at the end of the year 2025. Important to note, your books of accounts were prepared according to accounting standards, and they also complied with the Cooperative Societies Act, Cap 490, which governs the operations and management of society in Kenya. So that is our opinion in brief. On page number 8, report on other legal and regulatory requirements as required by the Kenyan Cooperative Societies Act, Cap 490. We report to you that the financial statements are in agreement with the books of account kept by the society, and that based on our audit, nothing has come to our attention that causes us to believe that society's business has not been conducted, 1, in accordance with the provisions of Corporate Societies Act, 2, in accordance with Corporate Societies objectives, bylaws and any other resolutions made by the society at a general meeting. So in general, that is our observation as the auditors, that there is nothing negative or nothing adverse came to our attention in the course of this engagement. Your books of account, these financial statements, they match with your books of account. And again, the cooperative society's laws were followed, the bylaws and any other resolution that you had passed in the previous meetings were also incorporated in this financial statement. So members, that is our opinion as the auditors are going to negotiate after auditing your books for the year 2025. We also have other pages on that report, which we'll not touch on now, but just if you find a copy, you can go through and be able to understand them. They are self-explanatory. Page number 4 is a statement of management committee responsibility. Management committee has a role to play in preparation of these books of account. So if you get a copy, you can read and see what is the role of these committee members when it comes to preparation of books of account. Page number 3, we have statistical information. This is a summary which has been extracted from the financial statement, which I've read to you. You can also see yourself, and then there are also ratios there, minimum ratios, which are given to help you assess yourself, your performance against the minimum industry ratios. Generally, you are above the minimum ratios, and I think that is good to note as a member of the society. The last, interest on members' deposit, that 500,000 is the same as 3.04% of your deposit at the end of the year. And then lastly, on page number 2, report of the management committee. The incorporation society is domiciled, incorporated in Kenya and operating in Kenya. Principal activity results, your profit for the year of 623. Then we also have interest members deposit of 500,000. So management committee recommends payment of interest members deposit at a rate of 3.04% at the end of the year 2025. Then lastly, auditors and good associates are still indicating their willingness to continue in office and hereby offer themselves for another consideration or reappointment for the year 2026. Signed by your secretary, the date indicated there. So members, that is your audited report for the year 2025. The audited financial statements, which are also approved by the auditors from the cooperative, shown there by the signature of the Commissioner of Cooperatives. I think I don't want to add much to my presentation. They say figures, numbers speak on their own. So if you look at your performance, generally, the performance is not bad, but I believe there is always a room for better performance. As a society with a membership of 200, the membership that you have, it's quite big. You can be able to perform better than this, but generally for the year 2025, your performance is not bad. If you look at page number 9, profitability. Any business is, when you are in business, you always aim to make a profit. In your society, you've made a profit, though your income, your main source of income has declined from 1.4, but at the end of the day, you still have a profit because the management was able to control your expenses. So if you look at your income has dropped, but your expenses have also dropped, therefore you are able to have a profit growth of 640, from 336 to 646. So in terms of profitability, that is is more than 100% growth. So that is good to note as a member that you are still able to make profit as a business, and out of that profit, you are able to pay back something to members at the end of the day. So that is a good indicator that the society is doing relatively good. So if you look at, again, if you look at page number 10, the balance sheet, which is giving you your financial position, strength, your balance sheet is growing from 28 to 30. That is good. If loans is almost stagnant, members' deposit are also stagnated. The equity also is a little bit, has grown by roughly 500,000. So generally, the indicators of growth of any business, they are speaking on a positive side. There is an upward trend for those indicators of growth, but I still believe that we can still better this performance at the end of the day or at the end of this year 2025. So as auditors, we appreciate you. We hope to continue serving you as your auditors. And just want to thank you, all of you members. I'll respond to queries once you've accepted and adopted the report. Otherwise, thank you so much, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give a hand to Agoro and Company, our auditors, for those financial report. Before we proceed, we need, as well as usual, a proposer and a seconder of those reports. And proposers and seconder, it does not mean that you agree or disagree. It is the procedure that we need to do. So before any discussions or anything, we need a proposer and a seconder. Then now we can look into it. Okay.
I'm proposing. My name is Agre, member number 962.
I'm seconding. George Award, 2071.
Okay. I hope the secretary has noted those, a proposer and a seconder. Sorry, the secretary is taking note of that. Sawa. Members, we want to request one thing so that we can be able to move, because we have got a few other agendas that we need to finish, and we are not curtailing you. If there is any response to the financial report that has been presented, please note it down. We will take all the questions towards the end because we want to move, isn't it? I'm guided by the cooperative officer so that we can progress. We have, I think, 4 more agendas ahead of us. Na tutaki kuwaweka hapa mpaka 7. Let's discuss the issues that are with us after we have cleared the agendas, because the AGM has to go through those agendas. Si namna hivyo? Si tunakubaliana? Sawa. So kama kuna swali on the finances, auditor yuko hapa, atajibu. Treasurer yuko hapa, the board is here, we will respond. Just take note of what it is you wanted to query, and we will respond. So with being proposed, I would like us to go to the next agenda, which is the approval of the proposed budget for the financial year 2026, and that will be presented by the Treasurer, Mr. Zefonditi.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. So I won't take much time, and I won't want to repeat what our auditor said, but maybe to highlight a few things from our financial report. From the report of the chairman and the report of the supervisory committee, you observed that we introduced a finance and admin policy that has helped us to manage our expenses to a great extent, From the report, you can see we have reduced on our expenses as a Sacco. However, our income has not increased a lot. And it's because of the issues that have already been discussed here. The loans that we take, we are not taking a lot of loans. And we have a lot of dormant members. So we are not having any other operational income coming in. And we are also having people who are taking loans and are not paying. So we are not earning interest on those loans. I believe that from this AGM, we are going to be a better people for the rest of the year. And so we'll be able to earn a bit more income in the year as we reduce our expenses, so that then in the next AGM, we will have made much more money, so that we have much more to share for you as rebates. So allow me to present to us a budget proposal for the year 2026. Those who spoke ahead of me mentioned a number of initiatives that we want to take, and therefore there will be a lot of activity that will be going on from trainings, member trainings and educations. We've talked about, I don't know whether, Chairman, you mentioned about the systems upgrade that we intend to have. We have a running website. We intend to retain that. And we are consulting on different grounds so that the Sacco can continue to grow. The other thing that we've also talked about is, as members, we try to bring in more members. The Sacco has also been recruiting salespeople to help us reach out to more members and out there. So we have promotional and marketing expenses that are come here. So I want to just highlight those key things that we intend to do, and therefore present to us a forecast budget of 1,130,892. Yeah, so we hope that with the initiatives that we'll be taking, we'll be able to reduce where we can, avoid where we can, but we are seeking approval for the proposed budget of 1,130,892 Kenya shillings. Thank you, sir.
I need to approve. Thank you. I was just consulting with the officers so that we follow the right procedure. So you've been read for the budget. I think that is how it is. Again, as usual, we would want to go through the proposer and the seconder, and then if you have any amendments and changes, we will adopt them together at the end. Sawa sawa. Ninaona kuna watu wanaondoka, tafadhali msiondoke. Tumewaandalia something small to eat. Please, musituachie hiyo tukabaki nayo hapa. Please, we request you that be patient with us a little bit. We are trying our best that we can clear the agenda so that tutoke zote pamoja. Tupate angalau kikombe ya maji ama chai. Sawa sawa. So please don't leave. Ninaona watu wanachukua kibeti wakienda, tusiondoke. Sawa. So a proposer, please, for the budget. If you have an amendment, please note it. We will take it and adopt it when we are doing the adoption. A proposer, Frederick. Secretary, you will note Frederick and you will note his member number. A seconder, I have James Ndeleko. Let me take James Ndeleko. Thank you, Mr. Munyo, as well. James Ndeleko is the seconder. Your number? 2694. 2694. Okay. So I will move to the next agenda, Please note any changes that you want amended on the budget. It will be adopted together. I think at this point, I want to invite Caro to take us through the remaining agendas. They'll be led through by the officers from the Ministry of Cooperative.
Thank you. Good evening once again. Good evening, members. Najua tumechoka, leo ni Sunday, but I'm not going to take much of your time. I have a colleague who I will introduce after I give my remarks, and he's going to take you through the resolutions. First of all, I want to take you through some of the remarks that I got from the reports. One thing that I noted from members is the issue about guarantorship. Members, tukiitana mkutano ya education, tafadhali tukuje. Because an AGM has an agenda on its own. If we do education the same day as the AGM, it means that we have to start from morning till evening so that we can cater for each and everyone. Huwa sipendi mtu namwambia ngoja kwanza tuendelee na agenda. So the next time that we call for the education, just avail yourself and you will learn so much. Sawa sawa. Because there's something that Kajwang told you about tunazita cell kama za kanisa tu. The cell, they are very important. You identify people who you know, you form the cell groups, then you can be guaranteeing each other. Ndio kama mtu hata afanyi savings za monthly, mko hapo mnampiga kiboko. You will grow, members. Because without these loans and without savings, then we'd rather withdraw from the Sacco. Ama si tuliingia hapa ndo tujisaidie. Sawa sawa. So about guarantorship, members, you are guarantorship, the next time nitakuja I will talk about guarantorship. I think that's the main topic that I will emphasize on. Sawa sawa. I want to go to the next point, which is membership. A Sacco without membership will not go anywhere. Sacco is all about numbers. Yesterday I was in another meeting. They have around 700 and something million. And they are comparing themselves with Stima Sacco, with over around 76 billion. So, if you compare yourselves with people who have more than 20,000 members, na nyinyi mko around 700, is that logic? So it's all about membership. Stima Sacco has grown because of membership. Wanaleta pesa inakuwa mingi, tunaweza kuwagawia. So the chairman said, ameleta bibi yake na watoto. Wewe umeleta nani? You first start with that. Just bring in members so that we can grow. Msiogope. When I took over the Sacco, tunajua pali tulitoka committee, right? And we've really improved. First of all, I want to commend the members of the committee. Nilikuwa naangalia naambia chairman, hey, na kweli nimeamini. The expenses, the committee expenses meona, zimepungu? Na kama ni Sacco ingine wanasema inflation. Wanaendelea kuongezea, hata mkipata hasara bado wameongezea expe. They are really doing a good job. And I'm telling you that from a cooperative perspective. As a cooperative officer, they are really trying. Because kama hawangekuwa wamejaribu, hata singekuwa nimekaa na chair, ningekuwa nimekaa pale kando. But they are really doing their best. So we give them the support that they need so that they can deliver for you guys, okay? Next time ukikuja na member na unajua kuna mwenzako hajakuja, mpigie simu mwambie kuja tujue pesa yetu inaendelea. Nataka tufike mpaka huko. We are 200. Si tunaweza fika mpaka huko? Ama hamna pesa ya kuwanunulia? Siko. But you members, honestly, for a Deliverance Church, you're letting me down. Deliverance Church inafaa kukua, tunaongelelea kama tuko huko na maspika, inafaa kukua kama ibada. Inafaa kukua kama A Sacco meeting ya deliverance inafaa kukua kila mtu anakuja nasema, hey, kuna mkutano huko juu, tumeka banners everywhere. But how many are we? It's something that we should sit and talk to our fellow members. Attendance. Hakosangi mkutano. He doesn't miss. Na nimemjua. Who else she doesn't miss? Wengine kama nimekusahau pole. Lakini unajijua. Yes? Thank you. He's going to add 3. Makofi. Sawa sawa. So it's all about unaangalia pesa yako kwa sababu hii ndio yako. Wachana na hiyo ingine wale wako na 76 billion, right? Hii yako ndio hiyo unaweza kuwa nayo. Because the highest saver at the moment has around 160 million individual in members deposits. Zake si za Sacco za na sisi tuko na 30 kama Sacco yo. Kama Sacco yo na kuna mtu mahali ako na 1. Sisemi ati mtafikia hapo, lakini wewe sema 160 yangu ni ngapi? Then uweke. Because when dividends alikuwa anapewa, alikuwa anaenda na around 16 what? 16 million. Hiyo ni faida na bado 160 iko intact. Yes. Na kuna zingine hatujaambiwa because you know data protection. Hata jina hatukuambiwa ni ya nani. Hata Sacco hatukuambiwa ni ya nani, but the highest saver has around 160. Maybe he started when he was young and maybe he's retired. But now this is your time to start now if you've not started. If you have not taken this Sacco as your priority, make it as your first priority because iko na mafuta. Your patron ni nani? Jina kubwa sana. Colleague nimemleta leo amefurahi sana. Akisema anaenda kuambia watu nimemmeet, nikamwambia hujammeet. Akasema kama nimeingia kanisa yake inamaanisha nimemmeet. So it is a big name. So if you don't patronize this Sacco and he's trying to support you, he cannot force you, right? But he has given you the platform, even for him to allow you to hold your AGM in his church. It is a privilege. Wengine tunaendanga huko kando, tunapewa huko kando, but yeye amewapatia kanisa. So members, we really need to think about our lives because this is our retirement plan. Hata kama tuko na plan zingine, but this is our retirement plan. I normally tell you each and every time I come here, there is a time that whatever it is that you're doing to get whatever money you're getting, hautaweza kuwa unafaa. Lakini unaweza kumbuka Delcue niliacha pesa yangu fulani. Wacha sasa niende nitoe, niende ni retire. Si ni kweli? Lakini kama hauku save. And excuse me, but there's a saying that says, when the tide goes down, that's the only time you know who was swimming naked. Wakati bahari maji inaenda hivi ndio unajua nani alikuwa anaogelewa akiwa hajajifunga, si ndio? Retirement ikifika tutajua nani alikuwa amejipa. It is the same thing and it's the harsh truth. Wacha tuache kusema ati watoto wetu ndio watatusaidia. It is not their responsibility. Every meeting I will be saying that. It is not the responsibility of children to take care of their parents, but it is their parents' responsibility to take care of their children. Cycle inafaa kuenda mzazi angalie mtoto, mtoto angalie watoto wake, hivyo so on and so forth, right? But kama anataka kukusaidia, wacha kusaidia kwa sababu anataka, lakini si kwa sababu anaogopa la. Sawa sawa, tuko pamoja. Sacco registration, I just want to give you a heads up. We're in the process of registering the Sacco because as you all know, this is an investment. So you're not supposed to be doing business of savings and loaning. Si tunakumbuka hiyo. So we are in that transition. Once we register the Sacco, we will be able to transfer the members who are interested to be transferred to the to the Sacco. But if you're not, ukibaki investment, remember ukibaki investment, hakutakuwa na savings and credit. Itakuwa all about investments. And that is the law. So we are going to transition together. Wale wangapi walikuwa kwa pre-cop? Ile tulifanya kwa ile room? Yeah, a good number. Yeah. Kwa hivyo wale walikuwa pre-cop ndo walikuwa education. Makofi kwao. Because that's the same day we did education. Sitaki kuchukua muda. Another thing that I got from the supervisory report and from a member is about collateral and check-off. Members, about collateral. Imekubalika kabisa. But we don't have that liquidity. What do I mean by liquidity? For example, mom, you come with your car, utupatie. Huyu akuje na title deed atupatie. And then useme, si wako na gari yangu. Si umetufungia pesa. So it means that we are not able to give out loans to other members because the collateral is holding the cash. Are you getting me? But if we have more members and more members are saving, it means that we have liquidity. Hata ukisema tukae na hiyo gari tuiuze, by the time tunanunua, member mwingine atakosa loan. Tumeelewa? That is the only problem. Si ati tumekata collateral. But these guys wakienda collateral lazima waangalie the risks. Because if 3 or 4 people come with the collateral and say, si wako na title, si wajipange nayo, pesa imekuwa? And you're not paying because they have collateral. So it means when another member comes, they don't have, the committee don't have the money to give them. Meelewa? So that's why I don't, at the moment, collateral, I will advise against it. Check-off system inamaanisha, pali unafanya kazi, mshahara inakaa, ikilipa. But it does not mean you don't need a guarantor. Lazima bado ukuwe na lakini sasa hii ya check-off system inakuanga ni direct. Unajua hii ingine ni discipline. Nilichukua, wacha niende nikali. Lakini ile ya kukatwa huko juu, whether you like it or not, inaka. So you will talk to the members because they have to give you information of their employers. Wakikubali, that's the best way to go. Okay? So I think sitaongezea mengi, wakuje siku ya education. Ama aje committee? Wakuje wakati wa education. So I'm going to invite my colleague to take you through the resolution, then I will finish with the election, and then we go to the AOB. Sawa sawa? Okay. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Madam Caro, the management team, the supervisory, and the members. Santeni kwa hii siku. As per my colleague vile amesema, apologies kwanza. My name is Kevin Mwendia from the Ministry of Cooperatives, and I'm here to take you through the resolutions. Resolutions generally ni the formal decisions that are passed by the members in the AGM. So allow me to take you through. The first resolution is the appointment of auditors. As per the Cooperative Societies Act of 2004, it is required that SACCOs be audited. First, there is a provision for the government auditors and then the provision of private auditors. But in this AGM, we have one application that is by Agoro and Associates, ako hapa. Maybe you can tell us why you want to continue auditing the Sacco. Tafadhali, a minute.
Hello, members. I think in my presentation, I said we are still willing to continue. So it is upon you to give us, to decide whether you don't want us or you want us. But as we've made application, you would like to continue.
Asante for that. Now, we need a proposer and a seconder for that. Agoro and Associates. Waendelee ama wasiendelee? I need a proposer.
Once again, my name's Paul Kariuki, membership number 2728. I propose. He has done his presentation in the best way, so I propose he continues. Thank you.
Can you repeat your name?
Paul Kariuki.
Paul Kariuki.
Yes.
Number?
2728.
2728. Thank you. Seconder?
My name is Marion Gashinga.
Marion.
And I second 2374.
Please be audible. Kidogo.
Number 2374.
And names?
Gashinga.
Marion.
Yes.
Hashina.
Gashinga.
Okay. Thank you. On my second resolution, there's interest on member deposits, that is 500,000. Interest on member deposits. The management committee recommends payment on interest on members' deposit of 3.04% in ile pesa yenyu. We're together? So, read a proposer and a seconder, tafadhali. Mnaweza amua mtuachie hiyo pesa tukule kama part of the mtuachie sisi wenyewe tupate hiyo pesa, ama ikuje kwenyu, ama pia iende kwa part of your savings. Uamuzi ni wako.
Proposer James Ndeleko.
James
Ndeleko 2694.
2694. Seconder?
Esther Maithia.
Who?
Esther. Sorry? Esther Maithia.
Esther. Number?
2640.
2340.
26.
2640.
46.
Oh, 2646. Thank you. Resolution number 3. Recommendation of honoraria. Unajua honoraria? So the set amount is 50,000. It's 50. As per the audit report, it's 50. So kindly the management and supervisory committee, you will update that. We in agreement? Yeah, 50.
Maybe you explain to them about the honorarium. Sometimes some of them don't understand.
Let me use this. The audited report set the figure at 50,000. Yes, sorry? Oh. There was a mistype between the actual report by the auditor. The figure stands at 50,000. The honorarium is a token of appreciation to the management and supervisory committee. We're together? So, mepitisha hiyo. We need a proposer and a seconder. It is annually.
My name's Erastus.
Erastus.
Jora. Jora.
Erastus.
Yes.
Number?
2406.
I need a seconder.
Frederick, 2580. Frederick Odhiambo, 2580.
Thank you. Resolution number 4. We've been taken over about the importance of having new members in the cooperative society. And there was a proposal that every new member who is brought in by an existing member, there is a token of 500 shillings that will be passed on to those who have recommended new members to join the society. Yeah.
Ukileta mtu mmoja 500.
Yes. Per new member. Ukileta mtu tunapatia 500. Yeah. Allow me to invite a colleague. Aeleze zaidi.
So members tuelewane hapa. New member ni nani? New member ni nani? Wewe? No, what I mean, a new member is someone, when you bring someone in, they pay registration, they pay the share capital, and they pay the monthly contribution. That's the only time utapewa hiyo pe. Kwa sababu unaweza tuletea mtu, alipe registration, tukulipe nae, aende. Sawa sawa? So unless that person is a fully paid up member, that's when you'll be given the token. So kazi kwe? Tunawa tumewatafutia biashara. Msiseme hakuna kazi. Kazi ndio hiyo.
Kazi kwenyu. So ipite ama isipite hiyo. I need a proposal for that.
I propose, name is Geoffrey Mutwiri, number 2093.
2093. Need a seconder?
Yeah, it goes.
Wycliffe Balaka, 2855. I second. Wycliffe Balaka, 2855. I second.
Now members, tafadhali msitoke because we are heading to the election section and we need your input on that. Sawa sawa. Thank you so much. Asanteni.
Makofi ingekuwa kubwa. Yeye ndo amewapitishia pesa. Lakini members, you should note something here. The money that we are going to distribute has reduced. Si mnajua hivyo? From 800 to 500. Why? Because you're not taking loans na hiyo ndio biashara yetu. Msipochukua loan, pesa itatoka wapi? Si mnataka returns. So you make sure you take the loans and you repay them, because when you take and you don't repay, bado mapato itaendelea kuenda chini. So this is not ati ni kazi ya committee imefanya iende chini. It's because you're not taking loans and repaying them on time. That's why our interest on deposit has gone. Tunataka mahali tunawapatia even distribution on your share capital and on deposits. But at the moment we are not able to do that because of the faida ambayo tunapata. Sawa sawa. So we are almost finishing. I want to take you through the elections. So election, according to the 1/3 rotation rule, each year a third of the committee have to retire. Our committee is a committee of 7, right? So each year it means last year wali retire watatu, tukafunga hapo. So this year we are going back to 2 retiring from the management committee. then next year 2, then next year but 1 3. See how wamecover 7? So that's how the rotation goes. Bado mambo ya 1 term ama 2 term hatujafikia kwa sababu bill bado iko kwa Senate. So hapa kuna 1 term na 2 term. So they will go as many terms as possible mpaka sheria ikuje. But we have to make sure that every time they are put out there for you to either re-elect them or drop them. Sawa sawa. So this year we have 2 people who are retiring. We have Paul Osama, who is retiring but not eligible for re-election. Aliandika barua ya resignation. He will not be able to do the work that he's supposed to do because of his commitments. Na unajua kazi mtu akiwakwambia hawezi fanya, hawezi lazimisha. Kwa sababu hataweza kufanya ile kazi ambayo mmempatia afanye. So he's retiring but not eligible. Sawa sawa. So we have Stephen Morethi retiring but eligible for re-election. And in the supervisory we have Emmanuel Mwanjala retiring and eligible for re-election. Tumeelewa hapo? So I will need a proposer. First you can sit down, okay? For the central management, that is where Osama was retiring and Steve. I will need a proposer and a seconder for Morethi, Stephen. Then now you will propose someone from your floor. Is that in order? Tumeelewa? So I need a proposer and a seconder from members. Yes? Nitasikia. Agree. Agree. Kawe, Osama hata kama una retire tufanyie kazi mara ya mwisho. Contribution.
Thank you. Agre 962. I propose.
Seconder? 962.
And 2811.
And 2811. Okay, now members, we don't have someone from this side, so you have to propose someone from that side. Na ujue, anaweza kuwa rafiki yako lakini anaweza kuwa hana leadership skills. Sawa sawa? Kwa hivyo propose someone that you know that is going to look after your money, okay? So kazi kwenu sasa. And even the committee here can propose someone but not the supervisory. Members, hamtaki kukuja kutusaidia kuchunga pesa yenu? Catherine, you're being proposed? You're being proposed by Stephen Morethi. Catherine, what's your second name? To be a member of the committee. We will sit down and reconstitute the office and you'll be given there are no positions now.
Okay, my second name is Nekesa.
Nekesa.
Yeah.
Nekesa. Seconder for Catherine to be in the board. Girl power. Osama, sir. Wewe ndio unamreplace. Osama. Stephen. Thank you, Catherine. So don't worry, we are going to reconstitute the office so there are no position at the floor. Once we sit down as a board, we are going to give you duties. Either the position which will be comfortable, we will discuss. Okay, thank you. Do we have any other proposal? Lakini hakuna kwa sababu nimeitisha mara 2 3.
I want to propose Mutiso. Yes.
Mutiso?
My name is Patrick Mutiso, 2281. Kindly, I'm a very busy man, and my proposal could Steve Murithi to remain still, because he's a faithful man to us, and he has kept the faith of this committee, please.
Steven bado wako. Steven hajaenda, sawa? Tulikuwa tunaongezea namba yako Mutiso? 2281. So Steven has already been retained. Sawa sawa? Yeye yuko. Msinipige mawe. Yeye bado yuko. So we want to fill that position of Osama because he's retiring but not eligible. So if you give me more than the two names, that is Steven and Catherine, we have to vote. Melewa? Sawa sawa? Any other proposal? Ama nifunge? Mutiso amedi. So members, we go to the next, ambaye ni supervisory. Sawa sawa? Sorry? He has declined, yes, he has. So we are good, the positions are filled. But unless you want to give me another person, we will have to vote. Melewa?
My name is Leonard Kajon. 1983 is my number. I propose Paul.
Paul Karaoke.
Paul Karaoke.
Paul Karaoke.
Well, thank you for your proposal, but apparently I'm so, super busy, if I can say super busy. And I will not like to contradict. Niko na mambo mingi sana, singetaka kukosea a certain point.
Sawa.
And there's so many engagements.
It's okay.
Thank you, and I'm sorry for that.
Thank you for your honesty, Motiso and Karaoke, because in some other circles, unachagua mtu, mkiingia kwa ofisi, anaenda missing. Ako busy. So thank you for that honesty, because if the members choose you, then you don't deliver for them, it's not fair. So tuendelee, tufunge hapo. Acha niangalie nyuma. Tufunge? Okay. Supervisory, we have Emmanuel Monjala retiring, but still eligible. He is Emmanuel. He's been in the supervisory. So I need a proposer and a seconder. If I get more than 2 proposals, we vote. Agree and? James?
James 2694.
2694. Tuko na proposal lingine? Ama tufunge hiyo? Tufunge? Tufunge? Yes, asanteni. Unajua kuna mtu anaweza sema sikumconsider. So thank you guys. We will continue doing our best as the cooperative movement to help you grow to the best that you can be, but also you give us your support. We really need your support in terms of being a good member. What is a good member? A person who takes loans, pays them, saves them, bring in members, patronizes the products. Tuache mambo ya mshwari, oksijui oka, ni oya ama oka? Oya, unaona wanazijua? Kuna hiyo oya. They do not give you returns, do they? But here when we take loans, we give back to you. So patronize this, and if you have any ideas, bring them to the board. They will consider them, and we will make this Sacco grow. May God bless you, and may God bless our families. Asanteni sana. Thank you. So back to you, Chair.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Can you clap for all of us, first of all? Management does not, you are not clapping for staying through. Recently we went for Acacia in Nakuru for the men, and there's a saying that came out, which is, I think is very relevant to this meeting. Blessed are poor in spirit, but cursed are poor in pocket. I believe us, we are not going to be in the bracket of the cursed that are poor in pocket. Ama, you can understand that this is an investment in millionaires. And it was declared that in our church, the disciples were going to have multimillionaires. Are you one of the multimillionaires in this space? Can you appreciate yourself for being multimillionaires in advance? So thank you very much. Mine is just giving vote of thanks. I'm Maurice Omondi, member number 1478. I am currently the credit committee. I want to tell you for sure, members are saving but not taking loans. That is a very serious thing. That's a very, very serious thing. But one thing that is for sure, that we are now reporting positives as Delcue. For the 3rd year running, we have been posting some rebates. You call it rebates, VC. You call them rebates. Rebates, not dividends. I don't know what dividends are. So, on shares. So, you Trakuja's class, ndio? So, first of all, we want to thank God for giving us opportunity to be investors. Can we appreciate God for that? Hey, when you ni Arsenal ama ni Man U? Who could party clap? I don't know what's happening. Let them clap by themselves. Can you appreciate God, you management? Okay. Next, let's appreciate the church, led our patron, Bishop J.B. Masinde. He's always with us and very much with us in everything that we do. Every month we give him reports, including the list of people who are paying and their list and everything. So everything, I wanted to debunk that, to say that things are safe. Can you appreciate the church led by our bishop? Can you appreciate? Yes, thank you very much. That one now belongs to Bishop now. That one is for Bishop. Sindio? Ama Mashemeji Dabi. Now again, let's appreciate the board, supervisory and the management. Appreciate them. Led by, I don't know whether I call it outgoing chairman or incoming chairman. Steve is also always very keen. He is always very silent, but you will only know that he's very strong when he's following you up for an issue. We can appreciate him for being very diligent with the follow-ups and also taking care of our money. So that is a great thing. Another thing we want to appreciate is our team from the ministry. Caro has been doing very well with us. Her name is Kevin, eh? Can you also give a special clap for Kevin today? Because he's the one who actually announced to us the money that you're going to get into our pockets. Now, another clap that we would want to have today is about the members that have come, who are online and here. I'm not ones in my online number. Your members, can you clap for yourselves, members? Finally, without much ado, we have our one of our pastors, and actually the pastor for this campus, Reverend Oscar, is in the room. I just want to invite him and clap for him, because he's been preaching for 3 services. And again, he had other things, he had other things on the side, so that he can close for us with a word of prayer and just encourage us for this evening. Otherwise, you can also clap for me. Hiyo ni yangu kweli, hapa ni Reverend. God bless you guys. Asanteni sana. Clap for the pastor as he comes, you guys.
But if we are remembering that we had promised that you have any question, we needed to respond to it at the end of this meeting. Iko maswali muliandika mahali? You exhausted. Can we agree you exhausted? Can we then agree that in case you have those questions, mziweke paka wakati wa education, and you'll be able to handle them. And also we have an office. Yeah, so don't hesitate just to reach to us directly or even come to the office. Bwana asifiwe. We wanted to keep our promise on that. Karibu, Pastor.
Si tusimame tuombe. Si yangu ni ya kuomba. Morris, uko salama eh? But you know, there's no scripture that says blessed are those who poor in spirit and cast in the pocket. Uambiwa mtu alisema hiyo.
I just gave it out as a...
No, nasema, go back to that person, tell them that is not scripture. That's a lie. If you don't... Utafute mtu mwambie hivyo. Kama ni pastor mwambie tulikwambia hiyo haiko kwa Bible. That's man-made. Yeah? Let's pray together. Lord, we thank you and we bless you for this evening. We thank you for Delcue. We want to thank you for how far you've brought this Sacco. And Father, we pray for this AGM and the members who are here, and even those who are not here. The Lord, you'll prosper them and prosper Delcue. We pray that, Lord, as we work on another year, Delcue will not just report 500 less from 800. It will be 3 times next year that they'll be reporting to your glory. So would you prosper these good people? We pray for this team that is here, that is leading. Give them ideas and wisdom and favor. And we pray that Delcue will grow exponentially to be a blessing to the many, not just in this house, in this community, and in this nation. As we go home, would you cover us and protect us and give us safety wherever we go. We bless you for this week. We declare it's going to be a better week than last week. And in Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Rev. Oscar. Rev. Oscar actually represents the bishop. When you see him, he's the representation of Bishop. Bishop amemutuma hapa. We invite you for a cup of tea and a snack. Kwa hapo nyuma, tafadhali msituachie. We prepared it for you. So you can pass by hapo nyuma, you'll be served.